Hello everyone, welcome to Barca News. It is April 25th, 2023, and reports out of Uruguay are saying that Barcelona have officially signed Fabricio Diaz. Also, it's reported that Barcelona are considering a swap deal with Atletico de Madrid that would see Ferran Torres get in exchange for Yannick Carrasco. And finally, it's being reported that Pep Guardiola prevented Barcelona from signing Joao Cancelo on loan. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo, and before we begin with the news, just remember to please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. It goes a long way in helping this channel continue to grow. Also, if you're looking for any Barcelona jerseys or merchandise, make sure you hit the kickback. The link is down below in the description. Now, begin with the news that Barcelona are scheduled to face off against Rayo Vallecano tomorrow, Wednesday, April the 26th. In what will be La Liga's match day number 31. And Barcelona have announced the official names of the players who will be traveling to Madrid to face off against Rayo Vallecano. And these players are Marc Stegen, Ronald Araujo, Pedri, Robert Lewandowski, Ansu Fati, Ferran Torres, Iñaki Peña, Marcos Alonso, Jordi Alba, Frank Kessie, Frenkie de Jong, Rafinha, Jules Koundé, Eric Garcia, Alejandro Balde, Marc Casado, Gavi, Pablo Torre, Shadri Riyad, Arnau Tenas, and Lamine Yamal. Now, it seems that Xavi has once again called up Lamine Yamal for the second time in a row to the first team, and hopefully we'll finally get to see the crown jewel of La Masia get some playing time against Rayo Vallecano. And Xavi has also called up the Barca Athletic center back Shadri Riyad, who is the best center back to come out of La Masia in recent years. So we're going to have to wait and see whether Shadri Riyad will also get some playing time tomorrow. Now, Sergio Busquets was not included in the squad list, and that's because he's serving a one-match suspension after receiving his fifth yellow card against Atletico de Madrid. So the question remains, who will replace him in that pivot position? Whether we're going to see Frenkie de Jong, or whether we might see Eric Garcia in that pivot position once again, alongside Frankie, Pedri, and Gavi. Now, of course, as always, I would love to hear from you, so please let me know down below in the comments, what do you think is going to be the lineup for tomorrow's match? Now, speaking of tomorrow's match, Madrid was embarrassed today when they lost 4-2 against Girona. So with that loss, Barcelona have now the opportunity to extend their lead over Real Madrid by 14 points if they win tomorrow's match and get those 3 points. Now, speaking of that match between Real Madrid and Girona, I did watch bits of it, or the last 20 to 30 minutes, and I have to say the refereeing was once again pretty awful in favor of Real Madrid, where Vinicius Jr. had already received a yellow card, and then he shoved a player to the ground, tried to start a fight, and then he wasn't given a second yellow card, and a few minutes later he did the same exact thing to a different Girona player, shoving that player to the ground, once again trying to start a fight, and again he was not shown a second yellow card. And I think that this is starting to get out of hand, where Vinicius Jr. is allowed to do whatever he wants in the matches, start fights with players, taunt the fans, taunt coaches, yell at referees, run his mouth and insult everybody, and yet all referees are afraid to do anything. But yet in the media, all you hear is that Barcelona are the ones being favored. Now, speaking of bad refereeing, today the committee of referees informed Mateo Laos that this will be his last season as a referee. And they also informed Carlos del Cerro Grande that this will also be his last season as a referee. And this is great news for Barcelona, because these are two terrible referees who have always had vendetta against Barcelona. So it's good to see that two Barcelona-hating referees will not be refereeing next season. Now, on to the news that reports out of Uruguay are saying that Barcelona have finalized the agreement of the 20-year-old Fabricio Diaz. Now, as reported in a previous video, Fabricio Diaz is a 20-year-old pivot who currently plays for the Uruguayan club Liverpool de Montevideo, and he's described as a very solid midfielder, defensively speaking, who has very good vision of the field, knows how to position himself well, and he's very good distributing the ball in front of the defensive line, which is exactly the characteristics that define a Barcelona pivot. Now, Barcelona have been monitoring Fabricio Diaz for quite some time as a possible replacement for Sergio Busquets. And as reported in a previous video, his agent was seen leaving the Barcelona offices last week. And reports out of Uruguay are saying that that meeting was to finalize the agreement. and that Barcelona have officially signed Fabricio Diaz for Barca Athletic. Now, there's right now no confirmation from the club in regards to this signing, so we are going to have to wait for that official confirmation. So for now, we're going to have to go by the reports out of Uruguay. They are saying that Barcelona and Fabricio Diaz have finalized their agreement and that the player will be joining Barca Athletic come this summer. Now, speaking of signings, some reports are stating that Barcelona are contemplating a swap with Atletico de Madrid. That would see Ferran Torres join a Madrid-based club and would see Yannick Carrasco join Barcelona. Now, we've been talking about Yannick Carrasco for quite some time. Barcelona are considering signing him for that left-wing position, and Barcelona did negotiate an option to buy the player when they offloaded Memphis Depay to Atletico de Madrid that would allow Barcelona to sign the Belgian winger for around 15 to 20 million euros. Now, as reported in my last video, Barcelona sat down with Atletico de Madrid to try to negotiate that clause down because they want to pay around 8 to 9 million euros for Yannick Carrasco. And it seems that Atletico de Madrid are not willing to pay that 8 to 9 million, are not willing to accept an 8 to 9 million euro transfer fee for Yannick. And Barcelona are not willing to pay that 15 to 20 million euros for the Belgian winger. Now, as a result, there's a report stating that Barcelona are considering a swap between Ferran Torres and Yannick Carrasco. And as I said many times before, I don't think that Yannick Carrasco is the right signing for Barcelona. Because yes, he is a skilled winger who does have great performances, but unfortunately, he's not a consistent one who can maintain that high level of performance throughout the whole season. He's also 30 years old, so I don't think he would be the right move for Barcelona. Now, if you consider the swap, it even makes it less likely for me to think of this deal as a good one, because even though I do think that Ferran Torres needs to be offloaded, Ferran Torres has a 30 million euro transfer market value, where Yannick Carrasco has a 25 million euro transfer market. So if we see a swap of these two players, Barcelona would be losing 5 million euros in transfer market value. Plus, you would be exchanging a 23-year-old for a 30-year-old. So I think this would be a terrible deal for Barcelona. And I think it's enough with all the terrible deals between the club and Atletico de Madrid, where we've already gifted them plenty of players such as Luis Suarez, Memphis Depay, and even Antoine Griezmann. But I do love to hear from you, so drop a comment down below letting me know, do you think the swap deal between Ferran Torres and Yannick Carrasco is a good one? I look forward to hearing your answers. Now, on to the news that all the major media outlets in France are now reporting that Lionel Messi has officially informed PSG that he will not be renewing his contract with the Parisian club, and that PSG have already began designing plans for their next season without the Argentinian star. Now, as I've reported many times before, there are many reporters in Argentina who are close to Lionel Messi's entourage who say that Messi wants to come back to Barcelona. And of course, there are also the reports that say that Messi had requested the registration of his kids in their former schools of city of Barcelona. And most recently, Lionel Messi was seen landing in a city of Barcelona with 15 suitcases, which when all taken together gives you the idea that Messi's intent is to come back to the club this upcoming summer. Now, Barcelona do want to sign Lionel Messi, and La Liga want Lionel Messi to come back to the Spanish League. So Barcelona have presented the feasibility plan to the Spanish League that if it's approved, it would allow Barcelona to sign the Argentinian star come this summer. Now, Lionel Messi was seen meeting with both Sergio Busquets and Jordi Alba over dinner, and this is usually not newsworthy because Messi is very close friends with both players, and he usually goes out to dine with them whenever he's in the city of Barcelona. But this has given rise to the rumors about what could have Messi and Jordi Alba and Busquets talked about during this dinner, because there's a lot of rumors saying that if Messi does come to Barcelona, then both Sergio Busquets and Jordi Alba are going to want to continue at the club so they can play alongside their friends. And it's also reported that they would both be willing to reduce their salary dramatically in order to be able to allow to play more seasons with their Argentinian friend. Now, on to the news that Marc-André Stegen is on his way of breaking a European record for most clean sheets in one season in the 21st century. Now, the current record is held by the former Chelsea goalkeeper Peter Cech, who had kept 24 clean sheets in total in one season, and he's tied with Joan Oblak, the Atletico de Madrid goalkeeper, who also was able to keep 24 clean sheets in a different season. And in third place is both Marc-André Stegen and Claudio Bravo both tied with 23 clean sheets. And since there are 8 matches left in La Liga, Marc Stegen has the chance of breaking the European record and becoming the goalkeeper with the most clean sheets in the 21st century if he reaches 25 clean sheets, which he only needs 2 more with 8 matches left this season. Now we will end today's video with the news that reports are saying that Pep Guardiola prevented Joao Cancelo from joining Barcelona on loan. Now Joao Cancelo has fallen out of favor with Pep Guardiola and lost his starting position in Manchester City. So as a result, the Premier League club were looking to send him out on loan this season. And it's reported that there was an agreement in place and everything had been agreed to between Barcelona and Joao Cancelo for the Portuguese to join Barcelona on loan. But during the final moments, Pep Guardiola intervened and he instructed Manchester City not to loan Joao Cancelo to Barcelona. So instead, the Portuguese fullback ended up joining Bayern Munich. Now, we don't know the reasons why Pep Guardiola did not want Joao Cancelo to join Barcelona. So we can only speculate, and there are some speculations saying that Pep Guardiola was trying to prevent someone toxic from arriving in the Barcelona locker room, since Pep Guardiola is a big Barcelona fan. But again, this is only speculation and we don't know the real reasons. What we do know is that there was an agreement between Joao Cancelo and Barcelona, and it was thanks to Pep Guardiola's efforts that the player ended up joining Bayern Munich. Now drop a comment down below letting me know what do you think were the real reasons why Pep Guardiola did not want to see Joao Cancelo join Barcelona. I look forward to hearing from you. So that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a like. Also, I would like to invite all of you to please leave a comment down below, giving me all your thoughts and opinions about all the news that I share with you. And finally, I would like to invite all of you to please subscribe to the channel so you can stay current on all the latest news in regards to our beloved club, FC Barcelona. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. And as always, Visca Barça.